At APL Cargo, we want to set you up for success from day one. One of the first things you'll need to know is what to do every time you come through our Wolcott terminal. Each time you arrive at Wolcott, you are required to bring three things to the support team: your truck binder, your tablet, and all of your paperwork. Don't leave any of those in the truck. Bring them all in. The support team is there to help you. They'll walk you through any repairs or service work that's been scheduled or completed on your equipment and make sure you're current on everything before you head back out. Think of this as your pit stop. It's a quick check-in that keeps you informed and keeps your truck running right. Make it a habit every single time you're at Wolcott. If your truck or trailer needs service, there's a process you'll follow to get that appointment scheduled, and it starts in Samsara. First, you'll fill out the service write-up document in Samsara, and we need you to be thorough. Every truck issue, every trailer issue, list it all. The shop uses that document to estimate how long your appointment will take, so incomplete write-ups lead to delays. Once that's done, let your driver manager know that you'll need to swing by the yard after your next delivery. Keep them in the loop on your ETA. Communication is key here. Here's an important one. If something new comes up after you've already submitted your write-up, don't just add a note, restart the document entirely, and include every issue, both old and new, from the top. This ensures the shop has a complete and accurate picture. And remember, the shop is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning to midnight Eastern. Plan accordingly. Taking care of your equipment is taking care of your livelihood. This process helps make sure you're never waiting longer than necessary. Let's talk about your truck. Knowing your equipment's dimensions isn't just good practice, it's a safety requirement. Your trailer is 53 feet long. Your truck stands 13 feet and 6 inches tall, and your total width is 8 feet and 6 inches. Why does this matter? Take a look at the image of that bridge. It's posted at 14 feet even. That's only 6 inches of clearance above your cab. 6 inches. That's not a comfortable margin. Low bridges, narrow roads, tight docks, you'll encounter all of them out there. You need to have these numbers in your head before you ever take a route. Trust me, you never want to be that driver who has to call in and say they are stuck under a bridge. That will not look good and will cost you money to get removed. If you're ever unsure about a clearance, stop and verify before you proceed. No load is worth the cost of a strike. Memorize these dimensions. They are yours to know. We understand that for many of you, being on the road means time away from family, and for some of you, that includes a pet. APL does allow pets in your truck, and here's what you need to know. We currently allow dogs and cats only. There is a non-refundable pet deposit required, so please plan for that ahead of time. Your pet must be approachable and non-aggressive. We work in an industry where you'll occasionally have contact with shippers, receivers, and APL staff. Your animal needs to be safe around people. APL does not have breed restrictions, but we do reserve the right to remove any animal at any time if there's a concern. If you have a service animal, please note that we may request documentation. You are responsible for keeping your truck consistently clean and tidy. A pet in the cab is not an excuse for a messy truck. And finally, APL must be notified of any pet in your truck, regardless of the situation. Don't assume it's okay without telling us first. Reach out to your driver manager to get that documented. Everyone needs time off, and we want you to be able to take it. But time off in trucking requires planning, both on your end and ours. Here's how it works at APL. We require 2 weeks' notice for all time off requests. This isn't a formality. It's what allows us to make sure your loads are covered and that we can get you where you need to be when you need to be there. Without that notice, we may not be able to honor your preferred location. You accrue time off for every full week you're out on the road. Keep in mind, if you refuse to work while you're still on the road, that time counts against your accrued time off. When it comes to your equipment during time off, you are still responsible for your truck. Park it in a safe location, a truck stop, or on personal property. APL will cover up to 3 days of parking for approved time off. Anything beyond that is your responsibility. And always keep your truck and trailer connected during time off to reduce the risk of theft. When it's time to return to work, you need to contact your driver manager on the date listed in your time off request form in Samsara. Return on that date, even if you have additional time accrued. Accrued time does not extend your return date automatically. Failure to return to duty on time may be considered job abandonment, and that will result in disciplinary action. We take this seriously. We want you rested and ready. Follow this process and your time off will be smooth for everyone. Life happens, and we understand that if you're dealing with a medical or personal emergency, APL has a process to support you, and we need you to follow it. In the event of a medical emergency, the first thing you'll need to do is provide documentation, a doctor's note or equivalent. We know that's not always the first thing on your mind when you're dealing with a health crisis, but it's required to protect your employment status. Whether it's a medical or a personal and family emergency, you are required to communicate with your driver manager on a daily basis. We need updates. A quick check-in each day goes a long way. If you expect to be out for more than 7 days, for any reason, please contact HR right away to request a formal leave of absence. Don't wait until day 7. Reach out early so we can support you properly. For personal or family emergencies, APL may also request documentation depending on the circumstances. We handle these situations with care, and we ask that you work with us through the process. We're here to support you. Communication is the most important thing you can do in a tough moment. If you need to take an extended leave of absence, there are specific requirements you'll need to follow. Let's walk through them. Once you are on an approved LOA, you are required to check in with HR every 30 days. This is not optional. It's how we track your status and maintain your employment record. Here's something critically important. If you are out for more than 30 days, federal law requires that the clearinghouse process be completed again before you can return to driving. This is an FMCSA requirement, not just an APL policy. Plan accordingly. All leaves of absence are subject to approval. You cannot simply take an LOA. It must be reviewed and granted by APL. And please be aware, APL can only grant a leave of absence to W-2 employees. If your employment classification is different, this policy does not apply to you in the same way. Please speak with HR directly about your options. If you think you may need an extended leave, don't wait. Contact HR as early as possible so we can work through the process together and make sure your return to the road is as smooth as possible.